Tennessee.
Wow.
It happened so fast today in Nashville. Wow. And it is getting super cold out there now. As the evening rolls down, it gets even colder, making these conditions even worse. And good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us here for this special coverage at 3 o'clock. We have reports of several crashes. Nearly all schools are closed. Government buildings are closed as well. And a lot of schools have even called off preemptively for tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us for this special winter storm coverage. Our crews are all over Middle Tennessee, and our forewarned weather team hasn't taken a break from the radar. We have a lot to get to today. And we want to start with our certified most accurate weather team.
Yeah, you guys have been tracking this for several days. You were telling us what was coming. Dan and Melanie, we're almost done with the snow for now, but now we're going to talk about those cold weather temperatures too.
We're going to talk about the cold weather. We're going to talk about the snow not going away for a while because of that. Notice the snow continues to fall now in downtown Nashville. This is live from the Nissan camera, but I do believe in the next hour or so it wraps up and moves out of Nashville. Here's a look at the radar, and you can see the snow is done in Waverly, it's done in Linden, it's done in Columbia, and it's done in Lawrenceburg. In fact, Lawrenceburg didn't get much of anything. They got some ice down there, some sleet and some freezing rain. Still some moderate snow in Franklin, Kentucky. And we zoom in for a closer look. Still coming down pretty good in Gallatin, Hendersonville, Greenbrier, Springfield too, but the back edges hit Fairview. Just a couple of snow flurries right now over in Franklin, and it looks like Murfreesboro is getting some snow showers. The snow will continue to accumulate though in Tompkinsville and the Upper Cumberland Plateau, back toward Byrdstown, over towards say Fentress County, Jackson and Overton counties, and there 1 to 2 inches of additional snow is likely. The storm system getting wrapped up and moving up the Appalachian chain. It does move out tonight and things do improve in time, but we've gotten so many pictures this afternoon. We love pictures like this. This Kim Hessens in Gallatin. They got about 5 or 6 inches there. And we'd love to keep getting your snow photos. Weather at WSMV.com. You can email them or upload them to the News 4 app. Temperatures now. That's the big problem. Right now, we're running in the mid-20s in Nashville, but it's just 20 in Hopkinsville. And Melanie will show you temperatures will continue to fall through the overnight. Melanie?
Yeah, that's right, Dan. And so does our snow. Our snow coverage will continue as we go throughout later this afternoon, beginning to get out of Nashville and areas around central Middle Tennessee in the next hour or so. I think by 4 o'clock, we're pretty much done here in Nashville. Becomes a plateau event by then. And then as we go through the night, the snow continues, light snow, to come down closer toward those eastern counties until about dinner time. 6, 7 o'clock is when snow should wrap up there along the Cumberland Plateau. Then we're left behind with just a lot of cloud cover and, of course, those dropping temperatures, as you can see there on Futurecast. We'll take a look at our evening planner. If you have any plans tonight, hopefully it's just to stay inside because, boy, is it going to be cold, and that snow, of course, staying on the ground. Still a little windy, too, as that wind still continues to come in from the northwest, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. By 7 to 9 o'clock, we're still in the 20s, and then eventually falling down to the teens as we head into the overnight hours, looking at about 17 degrees by 1 o'clock in the morning, then getting really just dangerously cold as we head into the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. By 7 o'clock tomorrow, we're waking up to single digits in many areas. 9 degrees in Hopkinsville and Franklin, Kentucky. 10 degrees for us in Nashville. A little bit closer down here toward the Alabama state line there. So still have the teens. 14 degrees in Lawrenceburg. But when you factor in the wind chills, it will feel even colder. So guys, that forewarned weather alert will continue through tomorrow for those frigid temperatures.
10 degrees in Nashville. Wow, Melanie, thank you. Hey, here's what the roads look like in Brentwood today. Those people on the roads, those are the strong ones. Hey, police are warning, do not drive unless it's an absolute emergency. A lot of wrecks out there. Brentwood police reported several crashes this morning in cars just going sideways out there. And this is what happened as the day transpired. A several car pileup on I-65 near Old Hickory Boulevard. We know at least 9 cars were involved. Several crews were on the scene. We haven't heard of any injuries from this yet.
And here's a closer view of what crews are dealing with. We know 7 cars and 2 commercial vehicles were involved. And this part of the road will be blocked until it's cleared. Again, this is a still image, but you know it's not going to be much improvement over this as we continue to watch this this event here. So News 4's Rebecca Cardenas has been on that scene for hours. Last time we talked with you, Rebecca, the road wasn't even moving. I mean, traffic was at a standstill essentially. So what are you seeing out there now?
It was, Lauren, but the good news is now that it appears that they have cleared that accident at our last check of those TDOT cameras. So you can see that both northbound and southbound lanes near the OHB exit on I-65 are moving much more smoothly now. But this doesn't make it any less dangerous of a driving situation. We actually just watched a group of about 4 or 5 people push a car that was stuck at the 74A ramp here. They just finished doing it, let the car go on its way, and that held up a little bit of the off-ramp traffic. And if you look just a little bit farther down on that farthest lane that's trying to get off the interstate here, look at how many cars are piled onto that tow truck, giving you an idea of how many people are getting stuck as they get onto and off of the interstate today. A lot of sliding, a lot of dangerous conditions out here. So again, the latest message from THP and TDOT is what you have been hearing from us all day long. Don't drive if you don't have to. Conditions are only going to worsen as the temperature drops. And guess what? It's still snowing. It's still accumulating, and they're trying to keep up as much as they can, but it certainly makes it more difficult when they've got to resolve crashes and people stuck. So that's why we give you the advice. We advise you to stay off the roads. But the good news again here is that it does seem that traffic is free flowing once again at this section of I-65. Lauren and Marius.
Rebecca, thank you so much. You hear that wind blowing in her microphone. It is getting cold out there. Right now, there is a big mess on I-40 East at Stewart's Ferry Pike in Nashville. Now, it just opened up, so crews can remove a semi-truck that jackknifed in the roadway. You see cars driving really slow. This is a live look at the process right there. This has been there for hours, so hopefully they can safely remove it. And there's a big mess in Lebanon right now. I-40 East is backed up big time. You see not a lot of traffic moving on the right-hand side. 7 to 8 semi-trucks have gotten stuck on a hill there. Some have even rolled backwards. It's not clear if there are any crashes involved in all of this, but in the last hour, we've seen several people walking around outside, which is not a smart thing to do on the freeway as well. You see the people walking in the medians right there. They've gotten one lane open, we can tell you. The backup is at least 4 to 5 miles.
Wow.
We have a crew on the way, and we're going to be checking back in with this as well.
Gosh, again, more reason to just stay home if you can. We've got some pictures from the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. Their deputies are available to help people out, of course, but they're warning everybody, don't drive unless you absolutely have to. Might as well just stay home in the comfort of your couch watching News 4. You know, we're going to keep you ahead of all this stuff. And here's an example of what's already happened out there. This is from Cookville, from THP. A tractor trailer hit a patrol unit in I-40 in Smith County. The truck then overturned into the median. THP says there were only minor injuries, but just another example. You got to take it slow.
I'm here in my front yard in Bellevue with my husband Brandon, who just got home from Clarksville. He had to go to work this morning. He thought he could beat the inclement weather. You left around 5:50. At that point, everything was fine.
Yeah, it was, and then it wasn't. It was about halfway back, or not even that. It was on 24 on the way back from Clarksville, and it just started snowing like crazy. It went from perfectly fine to not so fine very quickly.
And you inched along for what, well over an hour?
Oh yeah, it took 2 hours to get from Clarksville exit 1 back to Bellevue area, so definitely a lot longer than normal.
And you saw how many accidents?
Oof, lots of accidents, probably a couple dozen accidents for sure. I even saw a few happening at the moment, just people accelerating or doing whatever, just spinning out and kind of going into ditches and whatnot. So.
And you yourself in your 4-wheel drive truck almost had an accident yourself.
Yeah, we just stopped at this one accident on Briley and started sliding sideways, just slid. That was it.
Yeah, probably not a good idea for you to go this morning. I can't tell you how glad I was to see him driving down our driveway. Every time I called him, he said, "Carly, I gotta go." Before we send it back, any advice for people wanting to get out and drive this afternoon?
Absolutely. Just don't. If you don't have to, don't go out. If you do, please be safe and give patience to the crews working out. They're doing a lot right now and trying to stay ahead of this. So, and if you don't, just try to enjoy the day.
All right, we'll send it back to you.
I love that you can hear their child in the background and Brandon, her spouse. I feel like he's representing the spouses of all on-camera people right now going, oh, I'm terrified. Please don't put me on camera. Please don't do this. We all marry people that don't want to do this.
Yes.
This is what parts of Rutherford County look like. We reported on crashes all day long. Officials there this morning were called to 5 crashes involving injuries. Another 4 crashes did not involve injuries. So that was almost up to 10 today. And here's more from those crashes they're working. officers were out all over for crashes, stranded cars, jackknife semis, cars in ditches. You can see how bad it is just from some of these pictures here. News 4's Tosin Fikile has been out in Rutherford County today. Tell me how it's been for you out there.
Well, Lauren, first of all, let me start off by saying it took us a little less than an hour and a half to get to Murfreesboro. That's about twice the amount of time it took to get here. Another thing I noticed on our way down here, driving on I-24, kind of when we crossed from like Nashville into Rutherford County, the roads, the interstates got a little bit better. So I think TDOT crews may have had better luck on I-24 in Rutherford County. Another thing I noticed, take a look at the roads right here. This is on Church Street. Here in Rutherford County, the roads are a lot more passable. Another thing to note, less people on the road than back in Nashville. We're here by South Church Street and Interstate 24. This is where the folks here at Murfreesboro PD have told me they've had several issues this morning with 18-wheelers and tractor trailers getting stuck, getting on Interstate 24. I don't know if you guys have this video. It was sent to us by Murfreesboro PD. Northwest Broad at Interstate 84, going on the on-ramp. They had several issues with trucks coming on. They had to call tow trucks on Middle Tennessee Boulevard at Southwest Broad Street. They had issues there as well. South of Rutherford Boulevard, there's a bridge. There's an incline there, and that had also caused issues as well. So just like Rebecca said, just like we've been saying over and over again all day, if you do not have to be on the road, the folks here at Murfreesboro PD tell us to tell you, do not get on the road, stay at home, stay safe, so those working crews here can have the chance to clear the road. I will tell you one more thing. Like Dan said, that snow is still coming. Look at my feet buried in the snow. I almost cannot find the grass. That's how much snow we have here, Marius. Back to you.
Tosin, Lauren and I are going to play your parents right now. Put some gloves on. You got one glove off. You got to put your gloves on. It's cold out there.
The gloves are coming off.
Hey, remember the
Sorry,
best.
I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on.
All right. The best
There
way
you go.
to
There you
stay.
go.
Yay! Good job.
Hey, the best way to stay up to date with the weather in your area is through our free News 4 app. We're constantly sending out updates as our Forewarned weather team receives them. To find it in your app store, just search WSMV. We're going to be right back.
I don't consider myself a news junkie, but I do rely on news coverage every day. I need to stay connected and understand what the heck is going on. None of us ever predicted what today would look like. And right now, I rely on local news coverage on News 4 Nashville more than ever. I need to know what happens to me and my family here in Nashville when big things happen in the world. I need to understand how those things ripple down and impact my life. News 4 Nashville listens to me and helps me stay connected every day.
When you walk in the door with the new triple bacon pizza from Papa John's, oh, that smell of bacony goodness has everyone showing up. And I mean everyone. It's the season of bacon at Papa John's.
Monster Jam. Don't miss a minute of the action. Tickets on sale now. Coming to Bridgestone Arena, January 29th and 30th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
I'm LaBelle Glanton Jr., a medical doctor and attorney. I have provided life-saving care in the operating room for people facing some of the toughest battles of their lives. I have joined my father's law practice. Here, I will apply the same professional care and attention to detail which has served my patients so well in the past. I will be there, by their side, fighting for them so that they can also recover financially and rebuild their lives.
It's our half-off after Christmas sale at Family Leisure.
You've taken care of the family. Now, how about a gift for yourself? Up to half off on display models, closeouts, even new items. Save hundreds, even thousands on pool tables and shuffleboards. Game tables up to 50% off. Theater seating and massage chairs are priced to move. Guaranteed lowest prices on spas and swim spas. Stay warm this winter with a new sauna or tanning bed. Hot deals on these great items as well.
Half-off after Christmas sale going on now at Family Leisure.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40% of Americans don't have $400 saved in case of an emergency. People are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind.